Hello. We just got back in from our thing in the snow because it never snows in Texas. And yeah, it is really cold. And but I am going to do my tutorial on one-handed and stuff using the ultras I cracked like a while ago. Can't really see. Alright, so I'm just gonna teach you some entries, spirals, and stuff, like, you know, just getting your basic bicep wraps down, and some other stuff for you to work on so you're not always bored. Like, I can give you some traces to do, and then get you to learn this bad boy right here. And yeah, that's what I'm going to teach you. Oh, I'm also going to get Britt to teach you the weave, because he's better at explaining it than I am. Alright, alright, first of all, everyone does one-handed differently. I hold my strings middle finger, and I have 36-inch strings. And when I do one-handed, I just put them on my ring finger. And my middle finger goes this way, and other finger that way. So, you know, just go ahead and get used to doing that, and don't really need to go in depth with that. And basically, what you're going to start out doing is to get the base bachelor rubs, you're going to bounce it up here. Your one that's going out front, it's going to go right there. And then, once you get the feel of doing that, obviously, because you can do bicep reps, I can assume, you're going to throw this one down, and you're going to bounce it off the other arm. So what you're going to do is just when it's over here, you're going to throw it down, and you'll be there, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm saying that in correspondence to my left arm over here. I'm just going to exaggerate it for you, because it's the same idea, and you can make it smaller and stuff and get it more towards your wrist doing it than your left hand, but your left hand will be moving sometimes. And yeah, it's really just something you got to get the hang of. And then, once you get the hang of it more, once your bottom string hits your left hand, you can do a trace. The thing is, you would have to keep this guy moving at the same time. And the thing with that is you would just be swinging it, and you would have to go from holding your hand like this to this. Well, okay, from this to this, to where your other hand is out here, to where it can swing. And this hand can do, well, happy butterfly. Ow. And this hand can do whatever you want. And yeah. So, and also another thing with the bicep reps, you can turn your head. I mean, not your head. Your hand. Turn your head. Or your wrist. And you can do some form of kind of crossover, only you're tipping your wrist over more. And stuff like that. And that's just something to think about. And then, you know, you can go into the trace, which would stop here, and you would just move your thing around it. And you have to go slow. Because it's easy to get it out of control, and you have to keep it, you know, to where it doesn't just get caught or lose whatever. Lose momentum. You have to do it slow, gently, that kind of thing. And then, so, that trace. That can go into, you know, the thing where you roll it, or, yeah, roll your wrist more. And then, you go into spirals. The spirals are really, like, the thing with the spirals is going from here, and the way I do them is whenever I go down with my left, I'll do extra force so that they go into spirals. So that's how I get into mine. And of course you go up if you want to do that, but I'm not very good at that direction going first. So just and down, and what's going to happen is they're going to go around. Okay, going this way. They're going here, so you're going to move your hand like this, and then out, out. Something kind of like the way Bad Karaoke says it is like your Spider-Man. Something like that. And it's gonna go in.
Again, name drop Bad Karaoke. Please don't kill us.
I'm trying to go slow because it's really. I mean, of course, I can always slow this down. And you know, you can anti-spin them, so you just. Oh wait, that was in-spin. My bad.
Whoop. God, dudes these days.
Yeah, you can anti-spin them and stuff like that. And then
I'm gonna have to go.
So spirals. They take a while. Mine aren't perfect yet. Nowhere near perfect. At first I could only do them once, twice, and then I'd go back into bicep wraps, really. And, but yeah, so now you know this, that. Some of these again. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take that same concept of turning your hand out to where this one can spin and this one can do whatever and not get in trouble. So you're going to go there, and it's going to go off your bicep, and you're going to have to keep it out there. A way to do it at first is just have your, doing it, if you can just do it off of your forearm or wrist or whatever with your left arm. And that is a good way to do it. But you have to move it out of the way, obviously. So just, yeah. And it's just something trippy to do. It's just, because it's the bottom string. It's the bottom one. And all it's doing is this. Just kind of like a one-stick moon wrap, bottom bicep moon thing, whatever the balls. So yeah. And so that's just something you got to get the hang of. And it might take some force. You might have to really push. Not that hard, of course, but you'll find how much force is necessary. And once you get that concept, you can go into some other stuff. And once you get like the fact that you can turn your hand, because turning your hand kind of does help the bottom string. You can go into stuff like moon wraps, butterfly, whatever the balls, and then, whoop,
And then this little guy.
and then, yeah, and then your moon wraps, but whatever. And another thing you can do is, I can teach you to do small spirals, which is just whatever, is so you have the top string. You have to keep it to where it doesn't go around. So you can catch it right there when you're in the middle of something. Go around to where you're like that. So it's right there. And then have the other one let go and go the other way. So now you're in a butterfly thing. Let it go out. And then you got some small spirals going on now. But you have to keep
your anti-spin.
And again, I don't anti-spin it because it's just whatever. I've never used this before. It's just something I found. Like really, I have never in my life ever used it. I just know how to do it, and I'm telling you guys to do it because you're probably more creative than I am. But yeah, that's that. And now Britt's here to show you how to do.
That's the tutorial because I have to do my entrance. Remember?
Where if you do this thing. What?
Remember? Now you want to do the whole new thing at the top.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Kids these days. Alright. So, I'm going to teach you one-handed weaves. I love one-handed weaves.
No, he doesn't. He's lying.
No, I hate them completely. Alright, so enough of that nonsense. Okay. First I'm going to go into a couple entries into them because it does no good to. Lots of people go into it from a spiral. Other people just do it from, because it's already in a split time. Then you can just go. This is just a 2-beat. It's a 2-beat weave, so if you ever learn that, or if your wall playing weaves, link weaves, yeah. Pretty much the hand movements for it is you're just rotating your wrist And depending on how you hold your strings in one-handed, I hold one on my middle and one on my ring finger. One feeding through the top, one feeding through the bottom. And I just go with my fingers spread out to help keep them separated. The weave, so you can see my hands.
It would help to do this with poi socks or something weighted first, because that's how I did it.
Yes, you can do that if you're a noob like Matt. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that is a good way to learn it because it will help force you to do something.
My trash is glowing. They all leaked out. It leaked out.
Oh my. So Matt has a glowing trash
Okay,
can.
so, we were gonna crack, I was gonna crack a yellow, but they had a leak, and now I have a glowing trash bag, and that's not the sticks. The sticks are on top. That's actually the goo, or whatever. It really smells bad. Sorry, that's just something I
Completely random, but yeah. So I like going into it from spirals because it helps with the split time. And pretty much, it's one of those things that does come with practice, and if you know all your weaves and if you know how to link weave, you're going to have this down pretty quickly. And this also vice versa, if you learn this, you will be able to do link weaves a lot easier, and someone has a text message.
It's okay, it doesn't show up on the video.
So yeah. One-handed weaves are pretty easy. Also, another trace that you can do, because again, I love traces. So get into your one-handed or whatever, and instead of just doing an arm trace, or anything like that, you can do a neck trace with either string, the top or bottom one. I'm about to hijack some of the strings because they're bright. Halfway through an orbital. Yeah, except the strings are knots. Not cool. They're naughty strings. Oh, and this kid tried stealing stuff from me in this video. Alright. Alright. I now have Matt on the floor. Alright. So like I was saying, instead of just doing the arm traces, or if I could do them today, you can just trace around your neck. You know, neck traces, same concept. Or you can do it off the bottom. The bottom one, it's just, instead of wrapping it here, you allow it to come all the way up to your neck, and then you just exit the same. Top one, when it's coming, instead of wrapping over here, you're just necking the way. You can do that.
I forgot to go over.
Oh. And because someone was a dunce and didn't do any one-handed entrances, we're going to have Matt come back up here and talk.
Okay.
Blah.
Alright. My stupid ass totally forgot to give you some entrances. Obviously, if you're going to spiral a lot to keep things in split time with one-handed, it would make a lot of sense if you could get into them, if you can get into one-handed from doing some spirals. Just so happens, yeah, you can, just like that. How it works. Hold on, I have a text. I'm not going to check it though, because I love you guys more. Not really, but anyways, okay. So you're just stringing along happily, and then you decide, I'm going to go into one-handed, so you could do this. Well, and then put your ring finger through the thing, keep it out, start doing whatever. Well, that's cool and all, but you're going to want to do something quicker, flashier, not so much flashier, but to where it's kind of like, whoa, how the balls did you do that? And stuff like that. So, what you can do is, either way, I do mine going from the bottom to where, because I do one hand with my right hand, left with whatever, to where whenever I'm doing a spiral, going where my right hand palm is facing down, I clap, by the way, and it would help if you clapped. So whenever you're in a spiral like this, you can see that this, your ring finger is in perfect position for this. So whenever you spiral, you could put, like in the middle of the spiral, you can quickly put your ring finger into that, and then it would turn into just and then go out and do a spiral. I just taught myself that, and if I could just do that in less than an hour, you guys can pick this up in no time. It just takes time because you gotta, because I don't know if I can do it from the top, I'm not sure, let me check. I doubt it, I'm not gonna try to, it's really sketchy. Anyways, because like I said, I can't do my spiral starting off that way very good, well, whatever. But the whole point is, whenever you're doing it, you gotta keep your ring finger parallel with your ring corresponding finger that your string is on, middle, whatever the ball is, sorry. And then you just gotta put it on there, and it would go on there, and then you come out with another spiral, and then you're in split time, and everyone's happy because now you're doing one-handed. Okay, this tutorial was like 15 minutes, didn't expect it to. Britt kind of rambled. Britt rambles as always, and now it turned into a 15-minute, 16-minute thing. I may cut out the part about tracing, I don't know, because this was kind of supposed to be a simple starters thing, and we could do advanced stuff later, but yeah, you do have your traces and whatnot. But so now you know how to do this, this, that, and then those, and then you can do this, whatever. I don't know. Bad Karaoke has a tutorial for one-handed Supermans. I don't know, I can make one, but honestly his is probably better and would make more sense if you watched his rather than me make one. So, I'm just letting you guys know, I'm not name dropping, I'm just letting you know that there are better tutorials out there. Because I think he went over entrances and other stuff, yeah. But I didn't see, because there are tutorials for this, but they tell you to get 30-inch strings and to put it on your thumb. And if you can do that, that is friggin' amazing, but I just want to let people know that there are other ways of doing it. I just want to make a more modern video, really. Well, they're like archaic and crap, but anyways.
Ouch.
That's it. Yeah, bye.